The night was dark, the moon was full, Halloween was here. Kids in costumes roamed the streets, they laughed and shouted, trick or treat, their bags overflowed with candy, Skittles, M&Ms and lollipops, what a great night.
Timmy, dressed as a pirate, was having the best time. He was with his friends, Jake the vampire and Emily the witch. They ran from house to house, their laughter echoing in the night. They were on a mission to collect the most candy.
Let's go to Elm Street next. I heard they give out full-size candy bars there.
The children, giddy with excitement and sugar, raced towards Elm Street, their costumes rustling in the night. Little did they know, a spooky surprise awaited them. Elm Street was darker than the other streets. The trees were bare, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching out to the children. A chill wind howled through the branches, sending shivers down their spines. At the end of the street stood an old, dilapidated house. It was perched atop a hill, overlooking the town like a watchful gargoyle. The house was shrouded in shadow, its windows dark and empty, like the eyes of a skull.
Whoa, that house looks creepy, Jake whispered, his vampire fangs glinting in the moonlight.
Yeah, let's not go there, Timmy agreed, feeling a strange sense of unease.
Don't be scaredy cats. I bet they give out the best candy there. Come on.
Emily, emboldened by the thrill of the unknown, skipped towards the house. Her heart raced with excitement, her mind filled with stories of ghosts and hidden treasures. Jake and Timmy exchanged nervous glances but followed her, their hearts pounding in their chests. They had heard the rumors about this place, tales of eerie sounds and ghostly apparitions. The closer they got, the colder it seemed to become. A chill ran down their spines, and they could see their breath in the cold night air. The old iron gate creaked open with a groan, as if warning them to turn back. It was covered in rust, and the sound echoed through the still night. The path leading to the front door was overgrown with weeds and littered with dead leaves. It looked like no one had walked this way in years, adding to the house's eerie aura. The air grew heavy with the smell of decay and something else. Something undefinable and sinister. It was as if the house itself was alive, breathing out a malevolent presence. The front door was slightly ajar, revealing a glimpse of a dusty, cobweb-filled hallway lit by a single flickering light bulb. The light cast eerie shadows that seemed to move on their own. An eerie glow emanated from within, casting long, dancing shadows on the lawn. It was as if the house was inviting them in, daring them to uncover its secrets.
See, I told you it would be cool, Emily exclaimed, her eyes wide with excitement. Emily whispered, her voice trembling slightly. Despite her brave front, she couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. She reached out and pushed the door open wider. The creaking sound echoed through the empty house, sending shivers down their spines. What awaited them inside was a mystery they were both eager and terrified to uncover.
The house swallowed them whole. The air inside was stale and cold, thick with the silence of the grave. Dust motes danced in the pale moonlight that streamed through cracks in the boarded-up windows. Cobwebs hung from every corner, like ghostly shrouds. They cautiously entered the house, their footsteps echoing in the stillness. The only sound was the beating of their own hearts. The hallway was lined with portraits of stern-faced strangers, their eyes seeming to follow the children's every move. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence. Emily! Timmy and Jake whirled around to see a shadowy figure retreating into the darkness, dragging a struggling Emily with it. Her scream was cut short, replaced by an eerie silence that was more terrifying than any noise. Terror gripped Timmy and Jake. They stood frozen for a moment, their blood turning to ice in their veins.
Emily was gone, snatched right before our eyes.
Adrenaline surged through them, overriding their fear.
Run!
Jake screamed, turning and sprinting towards the front door. Timmy hesitated for a split second, his mind reeling in shock. He thought he saw a fleeting glimpse of Emily's face, pale and contorted in fear, peering from a doorway at the end of the hall, but it was gone as quickly as it appeared. The sound of Jake's panicked cries spurred him into action. He turned and ran, his legs pumping furiously, his heart pounding in his ears. He didn't dare look back. He didn't want to see what might be chasing them. They burst out of the house and into the night, gasping for breath. The cool night air stung their lungs, but they didn't stop running. Not until they reached the relative safety of the streetlight at the end of the driveway.
We have to get help.
Timmy cried, his voice trembling with fear and exhaustion. They scanned the street, desperate for any sign of life. Across the street, a light shone from the window of a small cottage. Smoke curled from the chimney, a beacon of hope in the darkness. Without hesitation, they raced across the street and pounded on the door, their frantic cries for help echoing in the night. A moment later, the door creaked open, revealing an old woman with kind eyes and a warm smile.
Please, you have to help us. Our friend, she's trapped in that house.
The old house on the hill? You poor dears, you shouldn't be anywhere near that place.
The old woman's smile faded, replaced by a look of grave concern. She ushered them inside, her voice soothing and calming. As she prepared them hot chocolate, they told her everything about their trick-or-treating adventure, their dare to enter the house, Emily's sudden disappearance, and their narrow escape. The old woman listened patiently, her brow furrowed in concern. When they were finished, she sighed and said,
That house has a dark history, children. Legend has it that it's haunted by the ghosts of a family who were murdered there many years ago.
The old woman's words sent shivers down their spines. Her voice, though frail, carried the weight of countless horrors. She told them tales of the house's gruesome past, stories passed down through generations, each more terrifying than the last, of a family torn apart by greed and madness. Their once happy home turned into a battleground of betrayal and deceit, of a jealous lover's revenge, a tale of passion turned deadly, where love was twisted into a weapon of destruction, of a bloody massacre that stained the walls of the house forever, leaving behind a legacy of pain and suffering.
They say the house is cursed, that the spirits of the murdered family still roam the halls, seeking revenge on anyone who dares to enter. The air inside is thick with their sorrow and rage.
Timmy and Jake sat in stunned silence, their blood running cold. The fear in their eyes was palpable, as if they could already feel the presence of the restless spirits. They couldn't believe what they were hearing. The stories seemed too horrific to be true. Yet the old woman's conviction left no room for doubt. Could Emily be trapped in the house with ghosts? The thought sent a chill down their spines as they imagined her surrounded by vengeful spirits. The old woman called the police, and soon the street was filled with flashing lights and the sound of sirens. The once quiet neighborhood was now a scene of chaos and fear. Officers swarmed the old house, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. They moved cautiously, aware of the house's sinister reputation, but it was too late. The house had already claimed its next victim, and the spirits within would not be appeased. Emily was gone, vanished without a trace. The police searched the house from top to bottom, but they found no sign of her, no forced entry, no struggle, no clues. It was as if she had simply vanished into thin air. Days turned into weeks, and the mystery of Emily's disappearance remained unsolved. The old house on the hill stood silent and empty, a constant reminder of that terrifying Halloween night. Timmy and Jake were haunted by that night, haunted by the memory of Emily's terrified scream. Haunted by the thought of her trapped in that house, haunted by the knowledge that they would never know what truly happened to their friend. Halloween would never be the same. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, a stark contrast to the usual laughter and joy that filled the night. The joy and excitement were gone, replaced by a chilling fear that lingered long after the last of the jack-o'-lanterns had rotted away. The streets, once bustling with costumed children, now lay deserted, shrouded in an eerie fog. The memory of that night of Emily's disappearance would forever haunt their dreams. Her face, once full of life, now a haunting reminder of the unknown horrors that lurked in the shadows. They never went trick-or-treating again. The once joyous tradition had turned into a night of dread, a painful reminder of what they had lost. And they never ever went near the old house on the hill. Its dark silhouette against the night sky was a constant reminder of the terror that awaited within. For they knew deep in their hearts that some secrets are best left buried. The old chest in the basement, the dusty attic filled with forgotten memories, all held stories too terrifying to uncover, and some houses are better left undisturbed. The overgrown garden, the boarded-up windows, all spoke of a past too dark to revisit. The old house on the hill remained a silent sentinel overlooking the town. Its presence was a constant, chilling reminder of the night that changed everything. A chilling reminder that some doors are not meant to be opened, and some horrors are best left undisturbed. The locked door, the dark hallway, all held secrets too terrifying to reveal. And on Halloween night, when the wind howled and the shadows danced, the whispers of the past could be heard echoing through the empty halls. The wind carried the voices of those lost, a haunting melody that sent shivers down the spine. A constant reminder of the terrifying truth. Some houses are forever haunted. The glowing windows, the broken glass, all told a story of a place where the past and present intertwined in a dance of eternal fear.